What about the evangelism between the East and the West? We see that in the East, the evangelism is different because most of the evangelism happen only in the church, because the Muslim countries do not allow any evangelism happening in the streets or outside in public. So mostly they will do evangelism in the church. So for example, a father will come to the pastor asking him to come to his home and talk to his child who stopped going to church, who stopped reading the Bible, who has some doubts and so on. You will see that they will try to bring the whole family to the church, baptize them and so on, make them participate in the communions. Christians who do not go to the church or from Armenian or Protestant church, so what they do is, if someone is from an Armenian church like Catholic or Orthodox, the evangelical pastor who is from a Protestant church try to take these members from the Eastern churches. And that's why the Eastern churches do not like the Western churches, not because of the difference of aqidah or doctrine, but because they keep saying that they steal our daughters and sons to the Protestant churches. At the time of the celebrations, we see that they give away gifts, especially the Westerner churches like Baptists and so on, because they have more money, they have more capabilities to do that, they have more funding from the West, and so they give gifts to those families who are who come to the church and who are in need. They have summer camps between each other as Christians. They help and support each other when someone needs some help. For the Western evangelism, of course, they would be inside the church and outside the church. So they have street missions, they go overseas, they can go to different places with no problem. So there is more freedom in evangelism in the West than the East. They target other faith groups such as Muslims, Buddhists, Hindus, and so on. However, the Arab Christians, of course, they cannot target the Muslims. They only can target each other if they are from different churches and so on. They help the members in the church, but also when there is someone who is not a member in the church, they only target the ones that they are from a different faith. So if someone outside the church, let's say a Baptist church, they wouldn't help another Christian that they are from a different denomination. But if a Muslim come to them, they will come and run towards them because they want to evangelize them and make them enter Christianity. And that happened actually. I know a sister who became Muslim and she was in need, and she told me that us as Muslims, we helped her no matter what her religion was, and it was great. But when she went to a church, no one wanted to help her. And although this church is known to help other people, especially the refugees, and the refugees are not even Christians, they're Muslims, so they would go and help the refugees, but they wouldn't help their own people, the American Christian people, just because she's not a member of that church. Subhanallah. For their celebrations, like in Christmas, what they do is they ship their gifts overseas to different countries, and they put some tracts and some booklets to evangelize those people. They have, of course, summer camps, but these summer camps would also be involving with traveling overseas, going to Middle East and to other countries where they can evangelize and so on.